Hi, friends. It's Marianne Goldweber, spiritual teacher and owner of a Village Personal and Spiritual Development Center, coming to you live tonight from my video podcast. It's called Marianne's House, and we're in Marianne's house. So thanks for joining me. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm looking forward to you joining me. So tonight, I'm doing this little bit of a series because we're all being groomed for spiritual leadership. And so all the topics that I'm doing lately are all about how to get into that divine flow and then how to manifest by using forward action. So that's what we're going to talk tonight about, is about action and the power of that and moving forward. So we also entered the year of the snake in Chinese astrology. As well as, I wore my snake shirt today. So, it's a wonderful time. I just want to talk a little bit about this, spiritual significance of those things and welcome you guys all in tonight to, have a little chat. I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining me. So I'll acknowledge you guys as you sign on here. So hopefully you have a pen and paper. But there's a lot going on in our world right now. We're actually in the sign of Aquarius. We're going to be moving into Pisces soon, which is my birth month. And, so let's talk about that. So the Chinese zodiac year of the snake, it's all about transmutation. It's all about, the fire energy. It's about everything, how a snake strikes very quickly. Everything's going to be moving very fast. Okay. And you gotta be good at that. Not everybody's quick on the draw that way, but there are, certain aspects and people that are better at that. But so this is going to be, everything's going to be changing. There's going to be a lot of creativity. There's going to be a lot of action, forward movement. This is where it's a time of fire, for the next year. So let's talk about that a little bit too. So in indigenous cultures, or in the symbolism of snake, snake is, if you think about it, the animal always brings a message to us in its strength and in its weakness. And so the snake is a very interesting animal because what it does is it actually sheds its skin in order to reveal this new self. As it grows and gets bigger, it has to let go of the things that aren't serving it any longer. Now, when a snake is in a process of shedding, it's actually very vulnerable because when the skin comes over its eyes, it actually can't see. So it's blind. So it usually goes away a little bit to do this process. And then it's renewed. So think of, we're shedding things that don't fit, aren't working anymore. And so we're in this time of snake for the next year. And so that's going on, and not only in our own lives, but in the world. And that impacts different people differently. Okay. I'm very quick and good at making change and, taking risk and doing those things. So this is a very creative time, for everyone. Now, another aspect of snake is that it represents transmutation. So, people who carry snake medicine, in spiritually speaking, are immune to the poison of others because they've been bitten so many times. And so they transmute that poison into a strength. Okay. So it's immune to the poisons of other things. So if you think about your life, every aspect of your life has bitten you or given you an experience, lesser and greater. And because of those experiences, it makes you confident. It makes you courageous. It makes you resilient. And we mentioned resilience in our last conversation that we had. So this year of snake is about transmuting all those things, every lesson, lesser and greater, into being empowered. Okay. So if you've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, it's, these things are happening not to us, but for us. And it's what creates, wisdom. Okay. So applied knowledge is wisdom, and you can't learn it unless you've done it. So this is a wonderful time to take all of those strengths and to turn it into new things and to create change. Okay. And that's exactly where we're at in our world is everything's needs to evolve, and it's going to take those who are immune to the poison of others and situations to be able to walk through the fear and the limiting, what seems to be limitations, and in order to move forward. So tonight I wanted to talk about action. No matter how big or how small the action you take, it's really also based in what intent are you backing that action with. So when we create actions based in fear, it generates that ripple of something to be afraid of. And so the reciprocal nature of the universe is it starts to bring out things to be afraid of. Whereas when we take our intent and move forward with that, in manifesting new things, that we're bigger, better, stronger, and that we're going out there with this positive, creative, loving energy, it's going to manifest those things. It's going to attract those things to you. So no matter what action you create, be very conscious of the intent with which you are creating that action. Okay, so we want to create very deliberate actions that are moving forward. Even if it's inches or miles, progress is progress. And that generates a ripple to the universe. So let's start with our own lives. Okay, the reality of our world is that a lot of people are waking up in their own lives to a lot of things. And this is a process of assessing priorities, what's important to you. You may be awakening to seeing that, you've created a lot of dysfunction and clutter in your life. And again, we've done a lot of things when we're asleep and not knowing any better. And now that we're awakening, we can really start assessing the things, people, and situations in our life and finding out authentically who we are. Okay, not all the roles that we've been taught to take, what really speaks to you. So it's really more of a peeling off or shedding, like snake, like shedding these former identities, shedding this misinformation, shedding those things. But with every shedding or thing that we're letting go of, there's a lesson contained in it. What did I learn about myself? What did I learn about other people? And this is very empowering. Okay. So as we're assessing our life, and, a lot of people are finding they're very dependent on other people. They're very dependent on the system. And so we want to really seek to be as independent and accountable to our life, because our life affects other people, like the people in your life, your communities, all of those things. So we're in this process of going into this kind of place to assess where we're at and to shed these old identities. Okay. And so when we come out all new and shiny, we're ready to make those changes so that things are going to be moving very quickly. So awakening is happening quickly. Change is happening quickly. Being creative is another thing that's very important at this time. And so based on what we've had before, what do we really want to create in this new time of, this fire energy? So a lot of things are falling away. Don't be as concerned with the things falling away as what are we doing to move through into newness, into better things, more collective conscious things. And that's really what the topic is tonight. So we're all leaders, and whether you know it or not, somebody's following you, somebody's watching you, and not in a voyeuristic way. Somebody's going, wow, if, Mary Ann can do it, I can do it. Okay. And so our actions speak so much louder than our words. Really, talk is cheap. In fact, there's a fun saying that says, a shallow brook babbles the loudest. Okay. So we got to stop talking and start doing. Okay. Everybody's talking, and it leaks energy. So we can talk about it or we can do something about it. So as you become leaders in your own life, there's this spiritual guidance that is guiding us all. And this is why, for me, being a spiritual teacher and a medium, okay, I can clear up that static between you and your helpers, your ancestors, your guides and relatives on the other side to help you go, you know what? I knew that. and to remind you that you have this divine guidance. This isn't a gift. It's a skill we all have. It's just that, I'm hyper developed. I've been doing it forever. And so I'm here to give you those tools of empowerment to trust yourself and to trust that inner guidance and to start making those changes in spite of the obstacles, in spite of what appear to be obstacles. Fear creates this smoke screen that really is an illusion. And the minute you step through that fear and you take one step through that, wonderful and beautiful things start to manifest. But again, action is what's required right now. And that's why we're in this year of the snake, and I think it's wonderful. So again, let's transmute all the negativity, all the things that have taught us that we're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not this enough. And that has been preached to your whole life by a lot of different systems. And what you're finding out now is I am powerful. I am autonomous, and I have a responsibility to myself and to my children, my family, my community, to be an active participant in creating change and moving forward and doing all those things. So let's use our energies in forward movement. And again, in spite of the obstacles, because those have been the illusions that have kept people down for a very long time. All of that, negative stuff has limited us and kept us really holding ourselves down. It's kind of like sitting in a jail cell with the key in your hand because somebody told you you're not allowed out. Okay, well, you got the key. All we got to do is there's nobody there. Everybody left. Get up and let yourself out, and let's and find your people out here that are all doing that too. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. All the experience I've had, every time I've been bitten by the snakes of the world, have made me stronger, better, wiser, smarter, okay? And I have no fear, because when we faced these fearful things, you come to find out that, it was an illusion that we lived under. And now we don't have to live that way anymore. And so, fear is a very limiting thing. And so in this year of the snake, this is a whole year of spiritual transformation, awakening, transmuting all the things that have happened to us up until now and creating forward moving action. And when we come together and do that, it changes everything. Everything will change. And so I'm just here to encourage and support you tonight. So got my shirt, got my snake skin. I actually have rattlesnake tail earrings, and those were a gift and from the reservation. And when I opened them, I was like, wow, what are those? They look like tequila worms, And then I realized they were rattlesnake tail earrings. They're beautiful. And so I was going to put them on tonight, but that's for another day, another snake day that we talk about that. So I want to talk about some news and things that are going on as well. We have a couple of planets retrograde, which are also bringing up the unfinished, bringing up the things that we couldn't see before. So there are a lot of truths that are being revealed. Now, again, some people have known this for a long time. Some people are new to the party. But again, there is a little bit of a grief process, but because of the energies that are going on now, we're awakening very quickly, and we're getting with the program very quickly. There's no time to run around like Henny Penny with your hair on fire, okay? We got God's work to do. We got Creator's work to do. We've got to take care of our each other and ourselves, and do our part in trying to make this a better world. It won't take long, but it is a marathon, not a race, guys, okay? And so we've got to make sure that we're doing self-care, that we're doing all these wonderful things to keep ourselves and get our life in a good place. Shedding the things that no longer work for us. And really, how much do you really have to have? How much do you need? And really prioritizing those things. So I have classes that support all of this every Tuesday night. I'm going to be at the Recovery Collective for Project White Butterfly this Thursday from 7 to 9. And we're going to be having a conversation about this as well. And so, I look forward to seeing you guys. This Saturday night, I also have a public channeling event. There are still seats available if anyone is interested. You get your own personal message. It's only a group of 12 people, so it's a very intimate setting, and we have some wonderful, amazing dialogues with all these wonderful ancestors and relatives on the other side who really just want to share their wisdom with you, because we really need their wisdom right now. And sometimes, because of the chatter in our own head, we can't always hear clearly that divine message. Whereas this is, for me, I can cut through all that static, and this is why I'm not here to make you dependent on me. I'm here to clear up the static, give you the message so that you can create the game plan, and then you leave with all these spiritual tools so that you know what to do going forward. I don't want you relying on other people for your answers or information. That when you learn it and do it yourself, that's what creates wisdom. You can't learn it till you've done it. It sounds easy in theory until you go and do it, and then you see it's not as easy as it looks, but it gets easier with practice. Nobody gets good at anything once. You have to try it over and over and over again and perfect it. So yes, we're all on a learning curve. There's a lot of really great stuff going on right now. And I'm so excited, actually. So I sit with my guides every morning. And every night when I take my salt shower and I wash off my day, I stand in that shower and I say, these energies are not mine. I'm praying for all the people they belong to, and take them from me. And so when I rinse off, I visualize all that energy going down the drain. And then when it's nice and clear and peaceful in that shower, the water is very clearing and the drain pulls things away. And so when I'm in there, I'll say, I trust you. I trust you. I trust the universe more than any other human being, because they've never steered me wrong. I may not always like the answers or the suggestions that they offer, but the more you get in alignment with that and just do the next right thing, or what you feel compelled within you to do, any suggestions they offer, magical things start to happen. And that builds your faith. There is a bigger divine thing working behind the scenes, but we think we know it all. And, sometimes the more you try to micromanage things, the worse it gets. Have you ever noticed that? It's kind of like doing your hair. You know how you're doing your hair, and then, the more you mess with it, the worse it gets, whereas you should have just left it alone. Okay, that's kind of how the universe operates. They're offering us very concrete suggestions, and when we follow through and take those suggestions, it releases, it shows them that we trust them, and that we trust ourselves enough to step through our fear and to show up and do those things. So right now, guys, it's all about action. It's all about coming out. It's all about getting connected and finding people that are supportive and leaders in their own right. You don't need to follow leaders. You need to be leaders. And so when you have good examples of leadership, in my life, I didn't have a lot of humans that were great leaders. But I used to find heroes in history, that I could emulate and do those things. My greatest one was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a champion for people. And I've always had this burning thing within me that I hate injustice. And when people are being hurt by oppressive powers, this has been a core part of who in my soul. And I've been doing this stuff my whole life. And now, I've had thousands of snake bites. I'm transmuted every experience I've had and every situation into action and energy and power and wisdom. And so, our experiences are designed to make us great. Really. And although I have been victimized, by a lot of things and people, but you know what? I was never really a victim. I was actually the target of someone else's dysfunction. And, again, that's it. I was a target. That shifted victim to victor. It taught me to stand up. It taught me to rise. It taught me to defend not only myself, but other people. And so this is where we're encouraging you. I'm handing that baton to you. It's your turn now. And, and we'll cheer you on. That's the whole point of a village, is that we have other people who've done it, who see you, who get you, and they're going to empower you through their example to be better better versions, constantly evolving. We're constantly becoming. And I'm very excited for all the wonderful changes that are coming. It's so wonderful to see everyone inspired and creating actions in our world because, we got numbed by a lot of things that, made us dependent on it. Material crap, buying useless stuff, feeding the oligarch monster, with our hard-earned resources. How much stuff do you need? And again, as we're looking at all the stuff around us, one thing that I always talk about from the other side is these people would say, those things seemed very important to me when I was alive, but now that I'm over here, I wish I'd spent more time with people. I wish I had not worked so many hours and lessened what I, needed because they bought that, that elusive carrot on the stick that they chased called success or, wealth. Wealth isn't just money, guys. My life is full. I am very wealthy. I am very wealthy. I have all of you. I have people that love me. I have a warm place to live. I have everything I need. I have no need for material. I mean, I've literally acquired millions of dollars of stuff and let go of millions of dollars of stuff. And so the thing that stays behind is just all the wonderful people in my life and all the wonderful experiences that I've had. And that's what it's really about. It's about creating experiences because, the other side doesn't say, I wish I worked harder. I wish I bought more useless crap. What they say is, I really wish I had spent more time enjoying life, enjoying the people in my life, not being so critical or rigid, that they wish they'd taken risk. And now they're giving those messages to you because they don't want you to limit your life because of their shitty example, I mean, my parents told us all kinds of craziness that kept us from really taking risk. I'm not one of those people. I've been risky since day one. So, that kind of fell on deaf ears. In fact, I was kind of oppositional about it and just went and did it anyway. And so I learned everything really the hard way. And that's, there is lessons in painful decisions, but all of our decisions do not have to be painful because the more you know, the more powerful you are, and risk is not that hard. And so, having faith that there is something bigger than us at work here. And so in my leadership talk tonight, we're really talking about, action. And in the year of the snake, it's about we're all on the fast track to waking up and learning a lot of things. People are learning a lot about a lot of things right now that they didn't know before. And they're like, oh my God, guys, okay, first of all, we weren't paying attention when we were in the 6th grade or the 5th grade, to some of these things. Life is a constant education. It's constantly looking things up. We have information at our disposal. You don't even have to get on your shoes and go down to the library anymore. I love the library though, by the way. I love books. But we can access this information. So right now, if you're ignorant about stuff, that's a choice. Okay. You could look this up and educate yourself. And again, it's important because we need leaders, not only in our own lives, our kids need leaders, and you're their greatest leader. They become you. They watch you. They listen to you, and again, I've led when I was scared shitless. Okay. But because my kid needed me, I had to get up and I had to do it and I had to push through and I had to do those things. And again, I didn't, I had to do it, but once you've done it, it builds your confidence, and you're not alone. I mean, I was not alone. I had a lot of people supporting and gracing me and helping me through those things. So that's what we're all here to do. We're here to help each other as we're, evolving, and so don't be afraid. You got this. And, the world is not a scary place. Okay. The problem is most people live in these kind of little bubbles and they haven't really exposed themselves to a lot of different situations and people. So I'm offering so many different awarenesses and opportunities for you to go to new things and see and meet new people and get new ideas. Join us, go to my events page and sign up for something. if you go to A Village Volunteerism, which is my page on Facebook, I'm offering all kinds of ideas about volunteerism, about being of service, about getting involved. And you have to friend me on Facebook first, because I'm vetting everybody to make sure they're real people. And so if you send me a friend request, then I'll automatically add you to the Facebook group. So it's local. Most of it's local. You can do these things nationally. So if we have an organization here, you can look for an organization like that in your area. So yeah, the Year of the Snake. Look up the indigenous stories about snake, and you'll get some definite messages from that. And so Dreamtime is powerful right now. So the events this week are Thursday at 7:00. I'm going to be at Project White Butterflies Recovery Collective over at Memphis, and I'm going to be doing a workshop from 7 to 9. Excuse me. Dust buddies. And Saturday, I have a public channeling event that still has seats available. So if you go to my events page, all of these things are there. And then Sunday is my open house, a village open house from 1 to 5. And that's just coming together, meeting each other. Maybe Diane will come, or Brittany will come, or Kim will come. And you get to meet these folks in person. And then you get to know each other. And then you don't feel so weird coming to stuff because there's people there that you know. So step through your comfort zone and show up. It's donation. So if you want to throw a few dollars on my Venmo, it always helps, guys. Because I do a lot of grief work and work with folks in very tragic situations, and doing these videos and and showing up places. Your support, buying gift certificates or having an event or having a session with me, all of those things help me to be able to go out in this world and do other things that people can't really pay for. So I'm very grateful for all of you. You guys are wonderful. So Sunday's the open house. And the classes are on Tuesday nights. So if you guys want to take a look at my events page, you'll see all those wonderful things there. And so, yeah, let's make it a better world. I'm ready. The Year of the Snake. So, you guys have any questions? Let's see who's here. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Tina. It scrolls funny on my on here, guys, so I'm sorry. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, dreams have been off the chain. I'm telling you, Dreamtime has been just amazing. But like I said, guys, if you take the salt shower before bed, it washes off all this energy. Everybody's doom scrolling and reading all this crap. Guys, I don't read anything negative. If people are posting the same, people are so funny. So they're on Facebook posting something that happened like literally 3 or 4 days ago. Okay. If you really want to stay in the know about what's going on, I would go to Blue Sky and follow all the journalists, the real journalists. And that way you're going to know kind of up to date what's going on. Aaron Parnas and Ron Filopsky, or whatever his name is. There's so many wonderful, Dan Rather's on there. There's just so much valid information that isn't all fear and gloom and doom. And so if you catch yourself gloom scrolling, okay, or doom scrolling, go watch one of my videos on YouTube. I upload all of these to the YouTube channel I have, and I need 1,000 members in order to monetize my videos, which is like literally a couple of cents per click or watch. But if you guys go to my YouTube channel, Marianne Goldweber, I have all the archived other topics from these all posted there. So anyway, call me, get on my calendar. Get a game plan. The universe has been giving the most kick-ass messages. I can't tell you how much better you feel. Like you are just, kind of lost and feeling some kind of way. And then your great-grandmother comes through who was just this German badass who is trying to help guide you through this kind of wonky time that we're heading through in your own life or whatever. And they're really encouraging you and they're giving you resources and ideas in those sessions. And it's just so empowering to have someone else, not just me, but your ancestral people saying, you know what, I didn't do this right, and I'm here to help you really pull it together and move forward. The messages have been amazing. And so anyway, so I'm just so grateful for all of you. Thank you for being part of my village. And I hope to see you all very soon. So if you have any questions, just call me. It's so much easier. Get on my calendar. The $40 special for a 1-hour video session is still in effect till the end of February. You have to book it in February. So call my number, 216-324-2657. It's all on my website, which is MarianneGoldweber.com, and give me a call and we'll get you scheduled. So, hope to see you soon at an event or the open house or the channeling. Yeah, come and join us. I would love to see you guys. So, no time like the present. Remember Snake. We're not waiting. We're attacking this stuff. You are strong. You are resilient. And, all of your experiences are really making you great. Just sometimes you need somebody to tell you that, So I'll tell you that. So anyway, you guys rock. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me.